Hello everyone, welcome back to Lovely Lavender Wishes. It's Renee and I hope you're having a very blessed day. I want to apologize ahead of time. I am sniffling a little bit. Sorry y'all. I have been fighting this thing forever. I don't know what is going on, but I can't seem to shake it. So I haven't done a video in a while because I was trying to really get rid of this, but it looks like it's going nowhere for a long time. So I'm like, well, I'll just get on video. So y'all, please, bear with me, ignore my hoarse voice, my snuffly nose, and the whole bit. So today I just wanted to kind of use a lot of my extra papers and just collage. So when I am done with different projects or whatever, I throw all the little papers in this. These are just little sheets. I have over to the side big sheets that I keep all my scraps, but this is just all my little scraps, and these are perfect for collaging or doing little paper projects or whatever. And I hate wasting things, so I put it all in a little bag like this and I use it for collaging. I also am going to be using this image that I got off Google. So I think somewhere. It's just this old-fashioned image and I just really liked it. This girl with the little pink flowers in her hair, and I just printed out some copy paper and just tore it out. And I'm going to be using a variety of pieces and papers from my Your Creative Studio box because, again, y'all, I am trying to use what I have. And again, I'm not even putting a fraction of a dent into it all. So I'm going to start using all my little pieces. So again, this bag alone, I could probably do this whole Bible in collaging and still not even use up this whole bag. So, I feel like I have more than 5 lifetimes worth of stuff that I could be using. So today we are going to be in Psalm 38 and actually 39. I'm going to take a couple verses from each one. I saw a page that Diane Noble did a little while back called A Season of Waiting, and I really liked that sentiment of waiting. And when you are waiting on the Lord, y'all, it's not just a passive thing. If you look up the word studies, when the Lord says be still or wait, it's not just you sit back and you do nothing. It's an active kind of thing that you're doing. It's waiting with anticipation, with hope, with faith, with an active way of searching and seeking out the Lord as you wait. So it's not I'm just waiting on the Lord to do something in my life. It's you're doing other things while you wait. And I feel like I've been in this season of waiting for the last, I don't know, even couple years, since probably COVID. And y'all know this year's been, I call it the year from hell. Oh my gosh, y'all. Yeah, I feel like I am in this season of waiting. And so I picked a couple verses out that I really like, and it's just kind of emphasizing that whole wait. So in Psalm 38, verse 15, it says, "But for you, O Lord, do I wait. It is you, O Lord, my God, who will answer." Yay, thank you, Jesus, for answering. "For I said, only let them not rejoice over me who boast against me when my foot slips." Sometimes I feel like we live in this world where people are waiting for you to just mess up, or they don't want you to succeed, or they gloat over our failures, I guess. And I find that to be so sad. It used to be where people would uplift other people. Now it's they're just waiting for people to mess up, I feel like. And so I like this verse too. "Only let them not rejoice over me who boasts against me when my foot slips." Because, y'all, I'm human. I make mistakes. We all make mistakes, and we're all going to. We got to give each other grace. But I like this. "For you, O Lord, do I wait, for you will answer." So I'm focusing on that verse. And then in chapter 39, I'm focusing on verse 7. It says, "And now, O Lord, for what do I wait? My hope is in you. Deliver me from all my transgressions. Do not make me the scorn of the fool." So again, it kind of these two verses kind of play off each other, and I like that. So those are the two verses I'm going to be focusing on today. And so let's just begin. We are going to tear paper, glue, tear, collage. I just really wanted to collage today. So that's what we'll be doing. So I'm going to put this to the side, and I just grabbed all these papers. These were these were papers that I actually made on my own. Well, I didn't make the paper, but I coffee dyed them, put some gesso on them, stamp some gesso, and then some color. I think I did like some pink and blue inks, and you can see the coffee dye here, coffee spray. So if you ever want to make your own paper, just grab some copy paper. You can soak it in some coffee dye. And what I do is I just put some instant coffee, a couple scoops of instant coffee with some water in a spray bottle, and then I can spray. And I'm actually going to use that on this page to make this a little bit more antique-y. So I did gesso both my pages because I don't want this to soak all the way through. It might soak through a little, but we'll see. But that's what I did on these pages. You can see the coffee. I just kind of soaked it, put a little bit of ink, some pinks and blues on here, stamped it, and then I also smeared some white gesso on these pages. And I used these for a junk journal I did, and I had some pieces left over, and so these will go perfectly with this. And then I have these are some of the sheets from your creative studio box, and I think this one is too. So these, and then this is just some old scrapbook paper, and I just like the colors because it all kind of matched. So just go in and grab your stuff. So, okay, let's just start. I think she's going to go right about there. So I am thinking, I'm just going to start tearing pages, y'all. This is a great way to get your aggressions out and be like, ugh, those kids, or ugh, my husband, or ugh, the laundry, whatever it may be. So I am just tearing because I don't want these perfectly, straight lines. I like, having torn edges when I'm, what am I doing? When I'm collaging. Oh my gosh, y'all. So we are in November. Craziness. Okay, let's see. She's gonna go here, and I want that to kind of have it come down. I'm trying to save as much paper of this as I can because I really like this, and I want to use as much of this as I can. Let's see. We'll have this go over here. Let's move that. So yeah, and my nose. Oh gosh, y'all. I have taken medicine after medicine. I went to the doctor, got some antibiotics. I was at death's door the other week. I could not even crawl out of bed at that point. I don't know what I had. They tested me for COVID, for the flu, for everything. It wasn't any of that. It was some of this respiratory whatever that's going around now. I'm like, oh, perfect. Of course, Of course I would get that, But yeah, it is what it is, y'all. It is what it is. Okay, So yeah, once they got me on that medication, it was night and day. I took the medicine, went down for a nap, and then hours later woke up and I was like, whoa, I feel completely different. I felt 100% better. I mean, I still was sick, but way better than I was. And that was, that was nice. But I'm still fighting whatever this is. My immune system is still really low. So it's just been, that kind of year. And on top of that, my father-in-law had a mini stroke just recently. While my husband was traveling, he found out his stepfather had a mini stroke. So I was like, really? I'm just kind of done at this point with family members. Getting sick, dying, whatever it may be. Just getting old, getting tired. Okay, I'm just gonna tear all these. But yeah, I cannot believe again, y'all. Thanksgiving's coming up. Christmas is coming up. Again, I am so not ready. And I don't think I'm going to be ready this year. I think it's just, this year is going to just be a wash. I'm just like, yeah, I don't know if I can even deal with anything this year. So I think I might just kind of be, let's see, be like kind of like a Grinch this year and just be like, you know what? I'm kind of not in the mood for Christmas. I don't know. I'm hoping not, but yeah, we'll just kind of take it as it comes and see what happens. I mean, it's just going to be just a couple of us this year anyway, so I feel like the older I get, the smaller our gatherings are getting, because, you know, everyone's moving on, getting older, passing on. Or my son, like he'll be working this year, so he won't be able to be home. It's just kind of sad. It's sad. Let's see, I might do something like this. I don't know. I'm fooling around right now as I'm talking. Ooh, I want more of that paper though too. So let me see here. I'm not, there's no rhyme or reason as to what I'm doing. I'm just kind of just tearing these little pieces, these squares up, squares, rectangles, whatever. Let's maybe have that there. Let's put this let's make a little piece. I'll use some of this on the other page too over here. Let's see. Maybe this will kind of, I like that. Maybe something like that. And then, let's tear. Again, if you don't have washi tape, this is another great way to kind of make it look like washi tape. Just tear some paper in little strips or what have you, and kind of make your own like washi tape. So I'm thinking, you know, you can kind of stick this down at the bottom here. I'm gonna tear this a little thinner. Have it come out like that maybe. So for those of you who, you know, maybe live in areas that you can't get washi tape, or you don't want to purchase any, which is totally fine, because I know economy is hard right now. It gets expensive, all these craft supplies. So just use what you have around the house. And I know some people have said, well, everything you use are things that you have bought. Yes and no. I mean, you can use junk mail and brochures and magazines or what have you as well. I might do something like this, just to put some extra. Okay, we'll save that. You can use, you know, magazines, junk mail, anything you have to tear up and use. When Christmas comes around, use wrapping paper that you get in gifts, or tissue paper. Save all that stuff. Okay, so what I am doing now, I'm just using some brown ink, and I am just gonna kind of ink up these edges. I really like that look. It kind of pops the picture out. And I actually might ink up all the edges of all these pages before I put them down. So, oh gosh, here we go, y'all. Let's get cracking. So I'm gonna ink these up real quick. Gosh, my nose. Sorry, y'all. It is annoying. It is annoying. Okay, so I'm gonna start gluing all these pieces down. Just take my glue stick, glue these down just real quick, just so they're in the spot that I want them to be. So we're gonna ink glue. And if you don't have this image, no biggie, use whatever you have. I mean, collaging, I think, is just so fun, because you're taking like little scraps of paper and you make this like gorgeous picture out of these scraps. I love that. Just have fun with it. And don't even think about it. A lot of people are like, I don't know how to collage, or I can't get my collages to look good, or whatever it may be. The best advice I can give, I guess, the thing that works for me, I guess, because I tend to overthink things a lot. So it's probably the best if you just kind of just start tearing paper, just start going for it, just start laying it down, and do what I do, kind of lay it down first, and then you can kind of see, like, you know, is this kind of how I want it? And if you just don't overthink it. Just put the paper down. And sometimes when you lay it down, you'll notice, you'll be like, oh, well, that piece is just kind of really sticking out too much, or it doesn't like kind of blend in the way I want it to, or whatever the case may be. Let me see, she's going to be here. I just want to make sure that that's going to kind of peek out from her. You can always tell, like, if something is sticking out where it's like, oh, that piece just doesn't fit there. But normally if you just start laying things down, you can come up with like some great stuff. And then if you lay stuff down and glue it and it's like, oh, I don't really like that, you can glue stuff on top and just keep adding more layers or whatever it may be. Collaging can be really fun if you don't overthink it. Whoops, that is upside down, those words. So let's do it this way. I mean, again, and it probably wouldn't even matter if it was upside down. I'm just really doing this quickly now. Just get this on here. And again, I don't care if it's like super bent, the paper or what, because we're just collaging. Okay, I forgot where this was. Put that there. We'll just start making some extra layers. Oops. But I hope you're all, you know, enjoying the fall weather. We're really still here in Houston, not getting much fall weather. It's still in the 80s. But hey. I keep wanting to get my sweater out and my boots out and all that. And every time I wake up in the morning, I'll go outside and feel outside. And I'm like, oh, it's still 80 degrees, still hot out, still tank top weather for me. Okay, where did I'll just have that one there. My brown ink is starting to wear out. I use all my ink so much that I like this. Did I have it like that? Yeah. And then let's do these. Sorry, y'all. We'll just put that up like that. I don't know where I want these, but let's ink these up, at least a little. Put that one there. I could do a whole book on just collaging. I think I did. I started a book in one of my, either my hymnals or one of my, oh, I think it was my book, like an old book. They had the words in the background, and I love that because that was like just already had, you know, your background already started there. I'm going to leave those there because I'm not sure where I want to glue those yet. Yeah, I need to really work on my collage book. I haven't done that in a while either. Okay, now I'm going to go back and just kind of get these little pieces are sticking up, glue down. This one's gonna go here eventually. Okay, let me see what else. Okay, I had some of these little pieces as well.